Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. I know I've been putting out a lot of videos lately about the negotiations that have been going on with with MLB and the players union and what's going to happen and whether we're going to start the freaking 2020 season or not. And it's still ongoing. And even today, the MLB players union rejected a couple hours ago. They formally rejected the proposal that the league put out yesterday. So we're in limbo again. They're making small steps, and it's incredibly frustrating for owners and players, particularly the players who just really want to play, but are also going to be the ones putting them at risk. But it's especially frustrating for fans who just want to watch baseball, want to see their favorite players and their favorite teams play. And I get it. We're going under a pandemic right now. I mean, it's still there's no end in sight really, or no formal end in sight. So we really don't know what's going to happen. And I know safety protocols have not been established yet, and all that stuff. But with all that stuff said, with all the frustration a lot of us feel, I want to make a tangent on this video. I want to give you, 6 reasons why I think baseball is such an awesome sport. Why I just think it's special and so great. Okay, instead of talking about all this stuff, players and owners and league bitching and whatever else, I want to spin it and make it positive today. Okay, this is why I think baseball is such just an awesome sport and why it's so great. Okay, and I'm going off my book. I wrote all this down because I don't want to miss anything. So number one, and as you know, it's got a rich history, over a century. But there's some things about the history that makes it, to me, significant. Okay, one, this is one of the sports early on. And even in the late 1800s, it was a cross-racial line. So people of both colors, or all colors, loved the sport. Okay, not everybody was able to play it. Obviously, it was a dominant. It was 100% white played sport early on. But folks of all races and creeds loved the sport. Okay, but with that said, Jackie Robinson, he changed everything. Okay, he is the player that crossed racial lines in professional sports. And which to me is very significant. Okay, did it come without resistance? No, there was a lot of resistance. Obviously, he went through hell. But almost a decade later, after his crossing the racial lines, the civil rights movement really founded itself and took life. Okay, so his crossing the racial barrier really became a significant moment in American history, and to me, that's it's really really special. And that means a lot. So that's number one. Number two, it's the ultimate team effort. What I mean by that, it's not like, I compare it to basketball. Basketball is a great sport too, but there's 5 players playing, and now they can have 3 max players. So if you have 3 max players, your chances of winning, the championship are very high. Okay, in baseball, you need a hell of a lot more than 2 or 3 superstars. Even the Angels with Mike Trout, the best player in a generation. They have some other great players, but look at them. They're still not there yet. They're not competing. So you need a collection of a lot of players. Okay? And the cool thing about it is every so often there's a team full of just marginal non-superstar players that win the World Series, which to me makes it really, really cool. Okay? So you need a lot more than 2 to 3 superstars to win. It's an ultimate team effort. And even though these people are incredible athletes who will probably be successful in a lot of other sports, it doesn't matter. It's a full team effort. Perfect games don't happen without infield helping them or the outfield helping them. Just an example. Hitting for the cycle, you need a lot of things to go your way. So, and it doesn't happen as often as, it doesn't happen often. So that's what it makes it so unique. And a lot of folks that have hit for the cycle are not the superstars, which makes it kind of cool too. Okay. Number 3, it's a well-represented sport globally and internationally. And globally, internationally, and domestically, I should say, it's one of the most admired sports and some of the most admired pro athletes across the board, and I feel bad too because soccer right now doesn't get the love in America that it gets across the world. The women's soccer team is really gaining steam. They're the best team in the world, but they don't get the love that they deserve, especially, the same amount of love that the men do here. But even the men here don't get the amount of love that they get overseas. So baseball kind of goes across the globe, and I think it's really cool. Babe Ruth, Mike Trout, all these players, are loved across the board. There, you'll see Yankee jerseys or whatever in Japan, or in Brazil. That's what makes it really really cool. Okay, that's number 3. Number 4, I think, is cool because I took part in this in the Little League. Okay, I played Little League growing up, played high school baseball, and one of the cool things about it is, the Little League World Series. It's one of the most televised events every year, okay? And it's one of the most well-attended events. Those stadiums are packed out in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. I've been to a game there. It's awesome, okay? And some of those kids wind up being in the major leagues. Sean Burrows, you got your Todd Frazier, former Met and Yankee. He was in the Little League World Series too, and a whole bunch of other players as well. And other things that make it really cool is that you see the little kids, the evolution from them to high school to college to the pros. And it's really, really cool to see. Okay? And it's a lot of fun to watch the Little League World Series. You see some crazy plays and some really good fundamental baseball, which is really cool. Okay? Number 5, it's the perfect summer sport. Okay? Even though it starts in, generally starts in February when the weather's still cold, even though they're down south for the most part or out west in spring training, transition over here, and the first couple of weeks of the season, it's cold. I know I've been to a bunch of Yankee games opening day, and it was snowing in 1996, and it was really cold a whole bunch of other games as well. Been to a lot of cold games, but then you get the sunshine and the fun environment, and the people are happy, and the energy is ridiculous in the summertime. You're getting your hot dogs and your whatever else, and it's just a lot of fun, and the energy in the stadiums is incredible, especially when you transition over to the fall, the weather cooling off, and then the playoffs are here, and it's really intense, really intense. So that said, it's a perfect summer sport. I think it's a perfect fall sport too, but the summer is, the season where everybody likes to be out. What better place to be than a baseball game? Okay, and number 6 to me, I like this because it's significant too. There's no clock. Okay, the game does not end until the last play is played. Okay, it's not like you're waiting for the clock to go off and so on and so forth in football and basketball and other sports, soccer, for the clock to end. Here, you could be down by 8 runs in the bottom of the 9th and come back and win, which just adds to the drama, adds to the excitement. Okay, and the structure of baseball kind of allows for those things to happen. There's, not having a clock to end of, not ending until the last play is played allows things like this to happen, and they happen. I've been to the games, I've seen it happen live, and they happen, more often than folks think. It's an 8-run comeback, a 4-run comeback in 9th, doesn't matter. Walk-off grand slams. I mean, it's awesome. Okay, so with that said, this is my 6 reasons why baseball is an amazing, just a special and awesome sport. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, click that thumbs up, and please hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. If you just want a great baseball channel, which is what I'm hoping to do, I put out dozens of videos for your enjoyment. There's a bunch in the description down below. Please hit the subscribe button to support the channel either one way or the other. Even if you don't plan on watching my videos, your support would be greatly appreciated. If you do plan on watching the videos, please hit that notification next to it, so that way you don't miss anyone. And I put out a couple every week. And if there's anyone that I have not put out yet and you want me to, put them in the comments down below. I actually respond to all the comments on my channel. If you look at all of my other videos, I respond to everybody. Okay, so just my way of trying to stay engaged with the baseball fan community. This channel is from a diehard fan for the diehard fan. So, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. With that said, thanks so much. For my regulars as well, you guys and gals are the best. Be safe. Look out for each other. I'll talk to you next time.